Well, good morning, guys. Once again, it's the chairman. It's been a little over a week, but I have gotten a few items in, and so I wanted to give you all an update on that. So, first thing I want to do was let you know about. Let me get this all together here. Put in a pre-order for Spaceballs 4K when it was first announced by Kino. So, as because of that, I ordered 4 things to get the $50 free shipping. So it didn't arrive until just last week. So I've been watching Spaceballs 4K with my son. It's not the greatest looking 4K image. Obviously, it's an improvement over previous home video releases of the film. I have watched it before, but I've never owned it, so I can't say how it compares to previous versions. But apparently, according to different people, it is an improvement. So you'll definitely get the benefit of it. It's still pretty grainy looking. I don't know that there's any like particularly amazing scenes that benefit from HDR and whatnot. But the one thing I will say is that I don't think there was any DNR usage or other kinds of digital manipulation. It looks like a pretty faithful scan and transfer from the film source. So yeah, it was like $23 on the Kino site, and so along with that, I also bought their newly released version of Lost Caution, directed by the great Ang Lee, or as we say in Taiwan, Lian, and it stars Rob's favorite guy, Tony Leung, Yang Xiaowei, as well as Joan Chen and Tang Wei. I don't know her too much. I think she was only in a few films, and this was probably her most famous one. And this was one of the more famous early NC-17 films that came out. And as we've seen since then, there haven't been really any theatrically released films with the NC-17 rating, because they kind of toyed with it as an alternative to the X rating. And there are a few films that came out, like I believe Henry and June, and this one, and maybe there are a few others, Showgirls also. But yeah, since then, last 20 years or more, the idea has kind of died out. So this is one of the, I believe this is the fully uncut version, in which it has since been confirmed that our man Tony Leung actually did have real sex during the filming of this movie. It was denied originally before, and I believe if you look it up, it has since you'll get conflicting reports as to whether it was real or not, but pretty sure it was real. So just want to let you know about that. And along with that, I got Diamonds for Breakfast. Looks like a pretty interesting caper movie starring Marcello Mastroianni. It is directed by Christopher Morahan, and it has a predominantly British cast: Rita Tushingham, Warren Mitchell. There's some stuff involving the Soviets because Marcello Mastroianni is playing a Russian nobleman who has somehow ended up living in the UK, and he's trying to steal his family crown jewels back from an exhibition in London. So it's got that going on, and of course, you know, who can resist that cover? And then also, I got this one, Successive Slidings of Pleasure. Kind of an awkwardly titled film, but it is a translation from the French, and it is a French film written and directed by Alain Robbe-Grillet, and it does feature appearances by Jean-Louis Trintignant, Michael Lonsdale of Moonraker and Ronin fame, and Isabelle Huppert. And this is the back. And I obviously haven't watched it, haven't opened it, but definitely looks to be an erotic film of some kind. So that should be interesting. And also, it was a little bit of a Amazon sale, and the one thing I did pick up, which I wasn't even aware that there was a trilogy of the Planet of the Apes 4K, but it was, and they're selling it for an amazing price of $25, and I cannot pass that up because I do not have Rise of the Planet of the Apes on home video. I thought I did. I've obviously seen all three. I have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes on Blu-ray, but I wanted to complete the set, and since this was available, I kind of think it's hard to beat because you can get Rise on Blu-ray, but I haven't found that prices for it to be really very affordable. So when you're talking about each film ending up being about $8 per in 4K, that's not too bad really. And also, been wanting to add to my Paul Verhoeven collection, and this was the 20th anniversary 4K of Starship Troopers, and this was also pretty cheap as well, so threw that in. And this film, Immortal Engines, produced by Peter Jackson, definitely a underseen and underrated film. Kind of didn't get the attention it wanted, or it was, I guess it was looking for, but according to Films at Home, he rates this as a really, really good film just for the 4K itself, for the HDR. Apparently, this looks really great, and I only have a projector. Well, I shouldn't say I only have a projector, but because I have a projector, I don't get the HDR 10 plus. I don't get the Dolby Vision. I do get HDR 10, so I'm sure it's still going to look amazing, but it won't look as amazing if I had no OLED flat panel. So still looking forward to watching this. I don't know too much about the story. It looks to be about you're in a kind of a dystopian future civilization where people start live on cities that roll on wheels. It says a startling new adventure, like any of you seen before. Hundreds of years after our civilization was destroyed, a new world has emerged. A mysterious young woman named Hester Shaw leads a band of outcasts in the fight to stop London, now a giant predator city on wheels, from devouring everything in its path. So, and I think it is based on I believe it is based on a young adult novel series of some kind. And if I'm not mistaken, the director is Christian Rivers, who is, I think he was one of the guys on the Weta team who worked on The Lord of the Rings, if I recall correctly. I think he was the guy with like the really long hair. He had a bit part as one of the Gondorian soldiers when Gandalf sends Pippin up to light the beacons of Gondor, and he's one of the guys whom Pippin sneaks past. So I believe that's the case. But this was pretty much a wingnut operation. The screenplay was by the same trio who wrote all the Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, and King Kong, Peter Jackson, Fran Walsh, and Philippa Boyens. And it's based on the book by Philip Reeve. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole thing. I probably just skipped to like the parts that look good. And yeah, we'll see. So, since sorry about that, want to get a drink of water. But anyway, as I was saying, since we're talking about physical media here, then we have to include all kinds of physical media, not just those upon which visual entertainment comes on, but books as well. And I've shown you some books before. So, as part of the release of Godzilla vs. Kong, they have released two tie-in prequel graphic novels, and one is Kingdom Kong, and the other is Godzilla Dominion. And these were both available for pre-order, so I did pre-order them. Unfortunately, due to delays of some kind, they came late. They were supposed to arrive on March 30th, so to time it with the release of Godzilla vs. Kong on HBO Max in the theaters, but it was delayed. And I gotta tell you, these are kind of a waste of money and time. I mean, they look great. You have a cover by Art Adams. Is written by Marie Anello and is drawn by a guy, I'm assuming it's a guy named Zid, Z-I-D. And the art's pretty, I mean, the art's good. and it kind of tells the story of if you watch Godzilla versus Kong, there's that part where the Skarsgård character, I can't remember his first name because there's like 5 of them. The Skarsgård character, the guy who played Tarzan, his brother was killed in the first expedition to try to get to the Hollow Earth, and so this kind of talks about that. So you have the guy Houston Brooks, and so he's the guy on Skull Island, and this is I guess before the Skull Island storm. This actually tells the story of how the Skull Island storm kind of comes in and just envelops the whole place, and it's kind of weird because it just kind of ends. It shows Kong fighting some guys, and then it just kind of ends. It says to be continued. I'm assuming it means to be continued in the movie, but it doesn't really give you a whole lot of information. It mainly focuses on a team of pilots whose job is to fly into the Hollow Earth, and this is before they knew that the Hollow Earth was kind of dangerous and that you really couldn't go in there. So kind of a waste. And this one, Godzilla Dominion, written by Greg Keyes, who also wrote the novelization for Godzilla vs. Kong, and drawn by Drew Edward Johnson. And the art's pretty good as well. But this one is just, I don't know what's going on in this story. This one is basically, it kind of narrates Godzilla just swimming around and dealing with stuff, and it's written in that very in a very nebulous, mysterious kind of way. There's a lot of there's a lot of theys. There's very little specific information about what's going on, details, just adding to the lore. It's pretty useless basically. So I wouldn't recommend getting it. And so yeah, I had shown you before. I gotten copies of The Lord of the Rings from the Folio Society, and so in the realm of higher grade book publishing, you have Easton Press, whom I'm sure everyone has seen advertisements in various places, catalogs. They have the classics available, and what they do is they always bind the books in nice leather covers with like the raised spine. They use the gold highlights. They have the gold gilded pages with the really nice fabric bookmarks. And what they also do is they also sew in the pages instead of gluing them in. So anyway, what this is I got Signs and Symbols. These are actually Dolan Kindersley's books, but I guess what Easton Press does is that they take the pages and then they bind it themselves and they do it all up. So inside it's still a Dolan Kindersley book. But so this is Signs and Symbols, and what's really cool is that they discuss throughout human culture and history what symbols mean, what their importance is to our culture and to our understanding. And so they cover stuff, everything from the cosmos, natural world, human life, myths and religions, society and culture, and symbol systems. And another thing, this is a newer book that came out, and this is a history of magic, witchcraft, and the occult. And what with WandaVision having come out recently, I'm sure a lot of people are more interested in that aspect of human culture. And this is pretty interesting too, because it covers pretty much every human culture's experience with witchcraft, black magic, and the occult, all the way up to modern magic, and they do discuss magic in the fantasy novel, and of course our man himself, Baphomet. This is actually from the, I believe it's actually from the Church of Satan. Oh no, no, I'm sorry. This is the Baphomet in the Satanic Temple. Yeah, so they pretty much cover everything here. And then they even talk about the professional magicians who do the shows. The connection between magic, witchcraft, and modern entertainment. Obviously, you got Wizard of Oz. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so just wanted to show you guys that. And hopefully I don't think I have anything else that I've ordered that is not a pre-order, because I have the Severance stuff coming in, Santa Sangre, I got that coming in. I have Blue Underground's Final Countdown on pre-order coming in, Animal House. I'm trying to think what else I got on the slate. Yeah, so what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to, oh, I know, I ordered stuff from MBD Entertainment, and it's coming in. Actually, I just remembered, I wanted to mention MBD because they are a local shop to me. They live in, sorry, they don't live. They're in Pottstown, PA, which is about half hour north of me. And I've purchased stuff from them before. I've purchased the Ronin Arrow Blu-ray, and that one's for that was like $6. That was a snapshot. And then, so I got other stuff coming in now, and I will show that to you when I get it. So yeah, I just want to let you know that. And until then, I will see you.